What's going on, everybody? I'm Terrence, and this is Bank Shipping. Alright, I ain't gonna say good morning because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you ain't up by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you ain't got no excuse. Unless you work night shift. You know, I understand you gotta sleep during the day and work nights, all that good stuff. But if you don't work night shift, you ain't got no reason not to be up out there grinding, hustling, getting to it. So we have already dropped off the load. I already dropped off the load in Rehoboth Beach, the second load. Did that this morning and then headed out of there over to Pennsylvania, where I'm picking up another load that goes to Stanton, Virginia, which is about an hour and a half ride from the house. So we are here getting loaded. Bit of a far deadhead, but it is what it is. You know, there's nothing over there on that side of Delaware. I kind of had that conversation with my customer. You know, hey, I'm glad that these people request me to bring the load over there because they like me. You know, that makes me feel good. But sometimes feelings don't pay the bills. You know what I mean? So if they want me to continue to go over there, we might have to up that rate a little bit just because there's nothing there to bring back. You know, part of it is because I am local. I am home just about every night. But even then, when I know I'm going places out of the way that may not have the freight choices that other places have, you know, I don't mind staying out. But you know, when Rehoboth Beach, you put it in on the load board, you know, I have no contacts over there. So, you know, I put in a load board for loads around Rehoboth Beach and everything is at least 100 miles away. You know, you got to go back to Baltimore or to Jersey, Pennsylvania, you know. So this load was like 128 miles, I think it was, that I had to deadhead. You know, so actually, even though it seems a bit of a deadhead, it was less of a deadhead coming to get this load than a deadhead going home, not making any extra money and trying to start all over again in the morning. So, you know, I jumped over here, plus the load paid good, and actually just got more money out of it because now they want me to tarp part of it. So, you know, your boy don't tarp for free. So I had to call and get that Raycon and told him that I ain't gonna leave until I got that updated Raycon. And I mean, shoot, took them like 2 seconds, had a new Raycon. So don't ever let no brokers dick you around about, oh, we're gonna get the Raycon to you. They can get it to you right then and there. So we are going to get loaded. I think they got, it's a bunch of miscellaneous steel pieces and galvanized pieces, different little structures, couple pallets. The pallets are wrapped in plastic, so they're afraid that the plastic's gonna like rip away from the skids. So that's what they want tarped. It's not that big of a deal, but you know, it's hot outside and I ain't gonna do it for free. Even if it was cold, I wasn't gonna do it for free. I don't mind tarping, I do it all the time, but I'm not gonna do it for free. So we're gonna wait and see what else we're getting. You know, it's a full load, you know, it's 53-foot load, but it's only 11,000 pounds. So easy day. So we're gonna get this, strap it down, put the tarp on, and we're gonna hit the road, get to the house and make it do what it do. So once I get loaded, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Whew, Lord, it's hot. I really gotta get my AC fixed in the truck. I don't know if I can take this much more. Thought I could stick it out for a little bit. Nah, I gotta get that ASAP. But anyway, we're back at the yard. Got the load picked up. This is what we got. Just some pieces of metal that's going to a tower, some crates, some skids under here that they want to tarp, and then some round pieces up here on the top deck. Not a bad load, easy load, low profile load, not heavy. It's only 12,000 pounds. The only thing I don't like is I love low profile loads, but I really don't like when they're this low. Just because when they're this low, a lot of times you can't get the adequate downforce you need from your straps. So, you know, a lot of times things tend to slide. So you got to constantly, you know, be diligent and check and make sure that those things aren't sliding back so you don't lose nothing. The only crappy part about that is I got this right here, so that blocks my view from everything back here. So it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I would have much rather been able to see what I got back here, but I put 3 straps on these 3 pieces, and they actually still slid a little bit, not much, but I mean, it's on the rear of my trailer. That's where you're going to get a good bit of your bounce from. You know, these roads aren't perfect, so it don't matter how well you strap something down, don't matter how good your air ride is, the roads are still crap, so it's still going to bounce stuff around. So it slid a little bit, nothing to be concerned about, you know, but my straps are tight, and so, you know, with it sliding and everything, there's really nothing more you can do with your straps being all tight and everything. You know, first I had some like some cinch straps on here. You know, I put some edge protection down here, because I mean, this will cut your strap up. I put that on there, and it actually made matters worse, because what it wanted to do, it's not round, you know what I mean? You can cinch strap pipe, but when you're trying to cinch strap something that's really not round, what it likes to do is it likes to pick up on this edge. So what it did is, when it picked up on this edge, on both edges, that middle, because it's 3 different skids, or 3 different bundles of this angle, so one in the middle and on each side. So what it did is it wanted to lift up on the outsides of the outside bundles, which then left the gap and didn't pinch down as much on the middle bundle, which left that a lot more loose than what it would be if it was just on the trailer, strapped down as tight as it could go. So I took the cinch straps off, because like I said, it was making it worse. So we're out of the real rough areas. You know, I picked this up in Pennsylvania and ran down 83 and 581 to 81. All those are rough as I don't know what up in Pennsylvania. You know, so I got I think it's like 47 miles or something like that, 57 miles to the drop, and it's smooth roads, so I'm not worried about it. It's not going anywhere. You know, and if it does, or at least I hope it don't, I'll deal with it then. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to go nowhere. Like I said, I got 3 straps on it, got it down as tight as possible. You know, but you do have those little vibrations that do move things like that. That's the only thing. I love low profile lows, but I don't like when they're that low, just because you can't get, you know, you can't get the downforce that you would like, and especially in something real little like that, where you can't really, you know, if it's pipe, like I said, you can cinch strap it, but something like that you really can't. So you're kind of just stuck. You're dealt with, you know, you got to do what you can with what you got. You know, we all have those loads sometimes, so you just do the best you can, pray for the best, you know. So we're gonna head out of here, head to the house, shut the truck down. I'll see y'all in the morning. been a long day, real long day. Got that load dropped off in Alexandria. As you guys saw, it's pretty tight construction site, getting in and out. You know, they wanted you to pull in. It was a tight fence, cars parked on both sides of the road. It's a two-way street, but really should just be a one-way street. Then you had to back out, cars parked, like I said, both sides of the road. You can only go one way in the street because the city was cracking down on trucks. So it just made it even more hard to do it. But we got it, got unloaded. We picked that load up in Midlothian, which is a few minutes outside of Richmond. So it should have took us about 2 hours to get from Midlothian to Alexandria, and it took me almost 4. I don't know what's going on today. Maybe it's Friday the 13th. I don't know. Maybe that's got something to do with it, but traffic was absolutely horrendous. So they actually waited for me because they needed that stuff today. Normally they stop receiving at 3, and I got there at about 3, probably 3:15. But you know, I kept in contact with them and everything, so they were happy to get it. Good thing they unloaded me, because of course I had to get back here to the customer and get my load for Monday. You know, so it's not a full 48-foot load. I think it comes out to be like 45 feet or something. You know, I got some stuff in the back right there that had to be tarped. The stuff in the back is attic vents, which are a pain in the butt because they're real flimsy. I mean, they're like, the material is almost like takeout containers. You know how thin that plastic styrofoam is? It's like that. So it's super thin, so it's really hard to get up on top and tarp. Normally they're standing up. They load them in a dry van. They'll stand up. They're like 6.5 feet tall. But you know, when I put them on here, I usually take them off the pallet and lay them down. That way they're not as tall, not as flimsy. They don't move around and all that stuff. So you know, we got in this little thing right here. It's kind of hard to see because it's not much light, but there's 2 skids of what they call house wrap, which is what they wrap the house in. You know, that's always got to get tarped, and attic vents also always have to be tarped. No matter where you're going, you could be going across the street and they want you to tarp it. So I got 2 skids of house wrap on the bottom and the 2 attic vents on the top. So got those all tarped up. Everything else is strapped. Yeah. So we're gonna go home. We're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a night. We're gonna call it a week. All that stuff. But you know, a lot of people ask me about being local. Can you be local and things like that? You know, you got to check your market. You got to check where you live. See how much freight is around that's going to keep you local. But just know that if you are planning on being local, it is a grind. I mean, when people ask how much home time I have almost 90% home time. I'm home just about 90, maybe even more. But even though I'm home, that doesn't mean that like I'm home at 2 o'clock kicking up with my feet up. You know, I get up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I don't get home till late like this. You know, I'm out of hours, of course, but A, I run paper, and B, I'm right down the road from my yard, so I'm not too concerned about my hours. You know, I'm going home. It's going to be a reset, all that good stuff. So people who are all about the rules, don't get your panties in the bunch. Now, I'm not saying go out here and just run like you want to, you know, just no regard to the laws and the log books and all that stuff. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, for me, I'm out of hours and I go 6 miles down the road. So if somebody has a problem with me going 6 miles down the road so that I can go home, oh well. But that's just the way it is when you're a local driver, man. It's a grind. A lot of times you got early mornings, late nights. You know, you don't have the luxury of just kicking back and cruising for 600-700 plus miles. You know, shut her down. Sometimes I wish not wish, but sometimes I say it might be easier to be an OTR for me. At least I'm just, you know, I've never been to OTR, so I don't know. But, you know, getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning and then riding 600 miles and shutting her down at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and then just kicking back, that don't sound bad to me when I have a day like this where, you know, you get up at 5, because I left kind of late since I didn't get up as early since my first drop wasn't as far away, you know. So you get up at 5, on the road at 5, and then here it is, you know, hell, 9 o'clock, a little bit after, you know. I would have liked to come home, kick it at 5 o'clock, shut her down. But yeah, so, you know, when you're thinking about being a local driver, just remember that, you know, even though you're local, sometimes you might have that hustle, that grind that you ain't gonna get home till late. You know, so keep that in mind. But I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. Plus we got a bunch of rattling back here, forklifts going by, everything while I'm trying to film. He looking back at me. But yeah, hope everybody has a good weekend. Hope everybody has a safe Friday the 13th if you're superstitious and all that good stuff, or bad stuff, however you want to put it. But yeah, be safe, have fun, spend time with your family, get your mind right on the weekend, get ready for Monday to get back to that grind. As always, stay prayed up, grind hard, and stay humble.